I think my daughter called and it froze up my phone. So I'm just going to sort of do a recap of what we've been doing. So we're doing a reading for the 14th through the 20th. Plus, it's really super hot here in Oregon. So could be also due to that. But we're doing the reading from the 14th through the 20th. We're just getting rid of the full moon energies, as I was sharing with you. But it had some Mercury energies in it. The reason everybody was having issues is because of the communication that Mercury was sort of doing like an electric bolt like that, and everybody was having problems either being misunderstood, maybe you were trying to tell something and you couldn't get the words out right. Whatever it wasn't only the full moon, but it was also the planets. We're also looking at 3 planets that are going to be moving into Gemini, which is super, super powerful. And like I was sharing, it has a 40-year cycle when this happens. When it happens, usually big things happen because this is such a powerful energy, and it's like a 40-year cycle. And like I was sharing before, it's usually big things like powerful things like World War II, Vietnam War, just really big, powerful events. So when you come back to next July, and I was sharing that whatever you set right now is what's going to happen next July because of this 40-year cycle that's happening with the planets, and especially these 3. What is it? Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, I think is what it is. We're going into a Mercury retrograde. There's a bunch of retrogrades happening, but this is something that you need to be sort of setting in stone right now. Whether you're going to get motivated to do something, set goals, anything of that nature, and make sure that you're moving forward with it. If you are stuck, you're going to be stuck in next year in July. So really find out what the thing is. And like I was sharing, I was listening to a Shaolin priest. He's actually a master, and he was saying that the way to get unstuck, and I truly believe in this because he is phenomenally wise. I can't remember Yi, I think is his last name. Anyway, he said basically, and this is true, whatever you were feeling last week, for example. Hi guys, I hope you're back. I'm sorry my phone went nuts and my daughter called in and everything froze up. But the thing is, the whatever you have disturbing you last week or even last month, or what feelings were coming up, like being triggered by a person, place, thing, whatever it is, really focus in on what that disturbance is because that's disturbing your peace. What you're trying to accomplish is not happiness, it's not joy because there's flip coins to both of those. You want to find peace. And so, whatever's disturbing you, you need to find the root to that, and then you need to find a way to solution get rid of that so you can have that peace back. Okay, so that's sort of the death that we were talking about. We were talking about Divine's card being the great big love, the number 8, and then the number 10, death. So something has to go away. That disturbance has to go away, that low vibrational energy, that low frequency. And how do you get rid of that is by investigating what that is. You got to dig deep into yourself. Why did that bother me so much? Why did that piss me off so much? Why did that really frustrate me so much? What was it that created that? So we were getting ready to go into the reading when you know, something's trying to stop me to give the message, I guess. Ain't gonna happen. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not today. But seriously, though, whatever it is that's disturbing you, because a lot of the tarot that I do is healing, helping your challenges, helping your struggles, helping you get through PTSD, trauma, of all of that nature. And that's why if you go to divinewarriorintuitive.com, you can book all kinds of different health coaching or intuitive readings. I also help people around the world with, oh my goodness, their abilities that kind of a thing too. So let's see what's going on. This is for the week of the 14th through the 20th, guys. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Sorry, I got so many wows. Definitely. Current energy right now is somebody is really living, and this is the current energy I'd say in the last month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months max. This is an energy somebody's going through. Now, this is a general reading, so if this resonates with you, yes, then this is your time. If it doesn't, and somebody's name comes to your mind, please share it with them if they believe in this kind of stuff, because it's meant for them. Okay. But the current energy, this is again the number 8. Somebody's holding back their progress. I did a TikTok reading. I do TikTok now, guys. Not my daughter just talked me into doing it. I don't know. It's different. It's really different. But it's the number 8, but it's also the strength card. Okay. So when we look at that card, to, the downloads that I get and the downloads that I share with you is that somebody in the recent, they want to do something, they want to move forward with something, but fear is holding them back. So, and the reason why I say that too is your first card is the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups it's like two sides to a coin. So because it's the number 5, things are sort of unstable, not the way that you want them to be, but instead of looking at the cups that are anything in them, however, it doesn't matter. Sometimes we have to start from the bottom. Sometimes we have to start from the middle. Sometimes we are blessed and get to move right to the top. Very, very rare. It's like winning the lottery. Very, very, very rare. However, whatever is going on in your life that needs to finish and go bye-bye, don't be afraid. I used to be so fearful of the word no. But they might say no. Or like if you say, oh, should I ask him to marry me? Should I ask him to be, exclusive? Should I ask him to be, and you're like, but I'm so afraid they'll say no. Well, if they say no, it could be just the wrong timing, or it could be not meant for you. And that's okay, because then that tells you that you need to go on a different path. So if you say no, like my daughter with college, the internships and stuff like that, and no, 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 I'm like, thank you. I say thank you every time there's a no, because that's a protectant thing for me. That's saying, okay, no, I don't want you to go on this path. I want you to go somewhere else. But if my intuition is telling me over and over and over again that no, and I'm being guided, maybe I need to explore and investigate that no to why. Because maybe it really is a yes, but if I'm so fearful to investigate that, then I'm afraid to move forward. That's what this card is. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time on these 2 cards because somebody is afraid to do that. Somebody's afraid to oh, thank you. So somebody's afraid to ask the hard questions in a relationship, because this is all wands. This is all wands energy. This is all authoritative energy. This is the number 4, the number 6, and the number, look at these cards. I can't make this stuff up. And I'm getting goosebumps for somebody. Definitely. And the ending is gorgeous, 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 beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Woo! It really, really is. But the thing is, what I'm saying is the energies and the downloads I'm getting is you're focusing so far in the past that future cannot come forward. This death, you're not allowing the death of something. So it's very hard. If, for example, I'll use me as an example. When my ex-husband decided he was going to leave, we've been married 1 year, and I married for a lifetime. That was my person, my life partner. Takes 2 people to figure that way. So, but the thing is, he left. I was heartbroken, devastated, but he still would come around, and I was like, okay, Then he had a stroke and an aneurysm, and then he ended up moving back to the East Coast. and marrying somebody else, but we still kept in contact. And then what happened was different perspectives. So he asked me, why didn't you ask me to stay around? I wanted you to fight for me. Okay, his perspective. My perspective, I am not going to beg somebody to stay with me that doesn't want to be with me. And you already went to the courthouse, so you must have really not had wanted to be with me. No, I wanted you to fight for me. So do you understand these two perspectives? There was nothing wrong with either perspective, but we didn't communicate. We did not communicate. So this is what's coming at you for right now, is that the big love is saying, look at the other person's perspective. If you're in a relationship, trying to get in a relationship, went through a separation, possibly going through a divorce, or if you're in a new relationship, definite, because there is the number one in here, in death, ending, beginning, then you need to ask the hard questions. By the third date, you should know where their goals are, where they're headed, what they want to do, because this is an authoritative position. Taking the authoritative position will help you move forward to a brighter future and not waste time. Okay, I don't know who this is for, but boy, they're just giving me the downloads. And yes, this is going to come fast, and this is going to scare somebody because they don't want rejection. Their worriest self, best self, loving oneness, you and divine and spirit, oneness right there. Okay, so this is something that you are going to have to do. This is not somebody coming at you. If somebody is coming at you, I don't feel that energy that they're the ones going to be it. This is something you have to do for yourself, because I love this. Because if you look at these three cards, this is the ending. Okay, these three cards, the knight is facing the ending. Okay, so the knight is facing this. So if you do these kind of things and talk and be transparent, not play games, not be manipulative, then the old person goes away. The new person, who is full of strength, courage, knows who they are, independence, who they are, is going to end up with everything they wanted. Okay, this is your challenge card. It's how bad you want it and how bad you know yourself. Because this time with the planets and the energies that are going on right now is about inner self, finding yourself, knowing your identity, knowing your character. So if you start dating, and this is the problem with dating, and I'm in that dating pool, so it is that people will show you a really good picture in the beginning, but by the third date, maybe I'm an empath, or maybe I just keep my blinders off and I really listen to what they're saying, their body language, how they're acting and everything. But the thing is that by the third date, you should know a little bit deeper. Do they want children? Do they have goals? Do they have any plans for the future? Where do they want to live? Those kind of things that are huge, huge things. Kids is a big one. Money is a big one. Do you save money? Do you overspend your money? You don't need to ask them here, but the thing is, you can go out on a date and see how they spend money. Do they spend it extravagantly? Are they trying to be frugal? Are they trying to, over tip? Are they trying to do things that, how does he save his money or she save his money if they do all this? Or non-disposable income, but these are things you need to look at for up to the third date. Really, I can usually tell if somebody and I click within 5 minutes. It's just I need honesty, I need loyalty. And I do. I need somebody that's had children so they can understand when I pick up and leave right away to go to California to my daughter, then they're not saying, well, why would you do that? You can't just leave me with the dog. You can't just do this kind of stuff. And I'm like, the heck I can't, because she comes first. She's been with me 30 years and you've been here 6 months, you know, but I would never live with anybody that soon anyway. So anyway, let's see. Let's get some clarification here on the 6, the center of the reading, divine. I'd like to get some clarification because the center of the reading says there is movement. There is moving. Let's find out. Wi-Fi is having issues. I'm sure it's because of the heat. So let's find out what divine has going on for the 6 of Wands. Boy, something sure is trying to have me not do this reading. 6 of Wands, where's the movement to? Where is it going? Wow. Okay, so we have the moon. We have the 4 of Wands. Boy, something is, there has been like a roller coaster for somebody. Definitely a roller coaster. Ace of Wands. And I can't, strength again. So what I'm seeing with this movement is, of course, you may not know what's going on 100% quite yet, okay? Whatever is going on, whether it's physically moving, whether it's, you know, a relationship moving, whether it's buying a new home, it's coming fast, but it's not quite there yet. You have the 4 of Wands. It is trying to move you into a good space. Somebody is trying to share. It's almost, for me, I'm afraid of investing because I don't want to invest the wrong way. But what I did was, because I have a fear of that I don't want to waste my money. I work hard and yeah, I live very meager, and so I don't want to waste my money. So I finally found a company that I truly trust in, that they are very wealthy, and so I trust that they will take my money and try to invest it as best they can to grow. It's a crapshoot. It is a, you know, life goes this way, guys. It doesn't go this way. So definitely. So having that fear, there's going to be a little bit of nervousness, but it's not a fear that's going to hold me back. Okay. Because this is something I have made the decision to do for my daughter, and I need to take responsibility of that. And you can't move forward if all you do is, if you can't see it, you don't want to do it. Okay. This is where this card comes in, and you hold yourself back because you've got 2 10s in your reading. 2 10s, 8s, 4s, trying to grow stability, trying to grow. Somebody's not in a stable place, has not been in a stable place, and they're trying to get you to release, feel that intuition of what you need to do to move forward, because there is a lot of opportunity here and you're holding yourself back. Okay, I have a feeling somebody is not letting go of the past. So let's go ahead and look into that. Let me see. We're still going on 6 of Wands, but we also have this 5 of Cups. Yeah, I can't make this stuff up. Somebody is holding on to the past. They're missing out on the opportunities, or they will be missing out on the opportunity because they can't seem to just let go. Oops, bent that card. Didn't want to do that. So we have the Hangman. Again, you're not paying attention to your higher self, your spiritual side, your third eye, your intuition, your crown chakra. How do I do that, Patty? Well, first thing you do is listen to your intuition. That's the number one thing that you do, is listen to your intuition. There we go with the Knight of Cups again. The King of... Oh, I can't make this stuff up. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Knight. Five of Cups. 6 of Six of Swords again, and then we have the King of or masculine energy that is movement to somebody back. And somebody's heart really wants to move forward, but you're allowing somebody earthly to control you. The download, it's a very controlling person, almost to the effect that they are, it's unhealthy. So you want to move forward. Somebody wants to move forward. That's where the big love is. That's where the time to move forward. It's time to release the reins of the horse and move forward. Okay? Because that's what, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Wants to move forward, wants to give you peace, wants to give you everything that you desire. This is your challenge card. So allow that to happen because there is movement wanting to happen. This is an uncomfortable movement. It is very uncomfortable because it is the number 6 and you've got the 5 right before it. How do I do that? What do I do? How do I turn to? How do I get blah, blah, blah? You know, download, sorry. Somebody's worried about money, about moving. If call the county that you live in and say, hey, this is what's happening. How do I get some help? Where can I go to get some help? That kind of a thing. If it's just that you want to move or you've got an energy vampire you need to get away from, cold turkey. Because if they're not one that has some mental instability to them, it's just cold turkey. It's like loving yourself big enough, great big love to love your number, block that address, block that person. If you've communicated everything that you needed to communicate, okay? Definitely communication. Again, communication, 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 okay? And that's where the courage comes in. So the courage for you is to be able to communicate what you need. But number 1, before you tell them what you need, is you need to get their perspective. Rather than run away, rather than leave, rather than to get in fights, you don't need to fight. There doesn't need to be any fighting in a relationship whatsoever, because that's just misunderstanding or being stubborn enough you don't want to understand somebody else's perspective. You don't have to agree with it, but that's what dating is about, to find out the other person's perspective if they're a match for you. Or do you just, say, complain and say, ugh, I'm so tired of this. I don't want to do this. And blah, 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 rather than turning around, looking at the cups, having courage and strength. Where did it go? To be able to do what you need to do. And you know what? That's what my coaching is about. How to become stronger, how to become more mindful, how to become more loving to yourself, how to be able to communicate properly, how to look at things in a different light, how to change your mindset from a low vibration frequency to a high vibration, to the highest that you can be. Because that's where you will feel peace, love, harmony, and nothing else will matter. Because you're not paying attention to what everybody else is thinking, who cares what they think? Who cares if they think you're a biatch or thinks that you are, some almighty entitled, or what do you call those? I was going to say minions. It doesn't matter. Okay. So anyway, that's really it. That's really the whole gist of it. Wow. So this week, let's recap. This week is going to be full of energy. It's going to be, yeah, we got the moon again. It's something that's not really seen. And it's also supernatural. So supernatural is your intuition. You can't see it, but you can feel the effects of it. So if you listen to your intuition and something, it says don't go there, and there's something maybe that's going to happen and they're trying to protect you, and you don't go there, and say something blows up and you could have been in there, you know, it's just trying to save you. You can't see it, but the effects are there. All right. So I don't know who that's for. So, okay, any final words, or is there anybody on the other side that wants to come through and give a message for whoever's watching? Is there anybody who wants to come through? Please share download with me now, please. Somebody's having a problem with a neighbor. I don't know who that is for, but all he said was love your neighbor. And I think that's not just for one person. I think that's actually for all of us. I even have problems with that sometimes. What is that? Oh, we got two of them. We've got the Knight of Bees, and then we have the Flying Machine. So it's the number 7. No, a lot of number 7s, number 8s. The bees definitely are a hardworking, you know, insect. The bees are all about the sword energy and about air energy. Definitely very industrious, very hardworking. So this week, make sure that you're doing your due diligence to do what you need to do. This is the Flying Machine. This is something that is about movement. It is about moving forward. It is also about the good and the bad, paying attention to what needs to go, what doesn't need to go. You know, and the machine is something mechanical, but it can break down. It can lose power. And if you're not resting, if you're not taking care of yourself, then time to really get your 7 hours of sleep as much as you can. If you can't fall asleep, there's lots of teas and herbal things that you can do to help yourself. I don't like to go to medicines and stuff if I don't have to. However, it is the number 7, again, about your future, your progress to getting to your goals and making sure that you keep moving forward. This is all about moving. It's either you move or you'll end up where you are next year at the same place in July. So you've got to have the courage to take the bull by the horns, look it in the eyes and say, I got to change it. I'm done with it. I'm going to move forward. Get the F out of my way. That's what I would do. And the bull would say, yeah, right. Come on, bring it on. And I'd say, yeah, right. Head to head. Let's go. And that's just me because it's not that I'm stubborn. It's I'm tired of living that same cycle over and over again. If you're living a cycle over and over again, that means you're not learning the lesson. There's no failure. I hate the word failure. They keep using the word. There is no failure. You either learn that lesson or you don't. And if you don't learn the lesson, it's like, why do I keep dating the same person over and over again? Because you have not learned that that person that you're attracted to is not what you should be looking at. A lot of people look at the beauty of the outside. I know somebody for a fact that they've married somebody just drop dead gorgeous and they beat the living crap out of her. You got to look at what's inside. And that's why those first three dates are really key, not to wasting your time if you're single. Definitely, because as you get older, and especially in the gene pool isn't very big. And let me tell you, I'm not going to be somebody's side piece. So I hope this reading was helpful. Go to divinewarriorintuitive.com to book a one-on-one, description in below there. Also, go to Divine Warrior Intuitive on TikTok and make sure that you like either way. I would love to see you over there. Those are just like little 3-minute ones. My daughter's talking me into do. So hit the TikTok, divinewarriorintuitive.com. I would love that. And thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. And we will see you on the next video. Take care. Namaste.